Yes, guys, it's Rio Ferdinand here for the latest episode of Rio Presents. Now listen, we recorded the pod a little bit earlier, but I wanted to do a little something different as the news broke of Erik Ten Hag getting a sack from Manchester United. By the way, I done a little Rio Reacts earlier, so make sure you go and check that out. But Rio Presents, we done it a little bit different with one of my teammates, my old teammates, Patrice Evra. Imagine him talking about Erik Ten Hag, and Joel Beya, our resident guy who comes in and gives us everything about Arsenal. Deluded. I'm talking to Patrice Evra about what was it that was in our time that made us so successful and the differences from today. So enjoy it and take care. This will be Rio Ferdinand Presents.
I just want to say, Patrice, last time we was together, you was calling Arsenal your little brothers. I want to say right about now, there's only one team that's looking like our little brothers.
No, it's fine if you want to compare to United, but I keep saying to all my Arsenal friends, and I respect Arsenal, watching Arsenal is watching Netflix, You always wait for the next season. And trust me, every season is going to be like that. So don't even get involved, Joe. I'm like really nice, peaceful. Of course, United right now is a disaster. But please don't speak about Arsenal because now you're going to cry for the referee? Come on.
Rio, listen, I'm going to move it on to the show. Thank you for joining us, Pat. I can't promise you that I'm not going to say anything bad on this show, so I apologize in advance. But what do you think when you put a Manchester United game on TV these days? How does it make you feel and what do you expect?
I don't watch United. I don't watch United for a reason because it breaks my heart. Because when I watch them play, against Tottenham, for example, I finish all my work. I say, you know what, I'm going to bring some positive energy. Then 3-0. Then I promise you, I had a dinner with friends. I got a lot of things to do. First of all, after the game, I start sleeping. I nap. Normally, I never nap. I nap straight away after the game. Then I cancel, all my dinner and whatever. I think watching United is a deja vu. It's not just about this season. It's since Rio and I, Vida, Alex Ferguson, all those players left the club. I think every season is the same. So I'm not surprised. When I watch a United game, it's like playing the roulette, You don't know what you're going to expect. And this is sometimes, you have to admit it. That's the way it is. And it's so many things like the body language, basic things, in football. I still don't see those things happening. So now I think someone has to be responsible of that. The first half against Tottenham, I text Sir Alex Ferguson. I said, boss, imagine we didn't press for 45 minutes. What you gonna do? He said, I'm gonna fine you at least a month's wages. So this is this is simple. I got the proof. It's not like I'm lying. But that's why it's difficult. And I say to Rio sometime in the WhatsApp group, Rio, you're losing your time because this generation is the TikTok generation where we don't have the same value. Before, we were football player. You eat, you sleep football. Now they are athletes, they are brand, they are politicians. It's too much distraction. And I don't blame them. That's why when I see Kino on TV and people being harsh on them, guys, this is the society. Football is not a priority. And when we're going to understand that and admit it, then people may be going to have a nice weekend and stop watching United or those kind of team playing.
Take it back to when we were playing. What happens at this moment in our time? What's it like in the changing room? Like who's leading these situations?
Rio, in our time, it will be a fight in the dressing room straight away. Like how many times Ferguson have to stop the training session? How many times you have to stop the training session, Rio, because someone didn't want to run in those small games? So that's why I say, guys, when we talk, people will say, oh, they keep talking about the past. But that's
give us some examples, Pat. I can't remember. You got a good memory. Give us some examples.
But Rio, after my third training session, my first training session, but it was like 3 days. I just arrived. Like people say, okay, you play against Messi, against whatever. But every day I have to face Davis, Paul Scholes, Ryan Giggs, Ronaldo, Berbatov. We used to have 3 teams, the A, the B, and C team. No matter the team, Ferguson will play. it will be the same United, the same attitude.
But I think so. For me, the question is, like, you've got here a few things that Erik Ten Hag keeps talking about, why he's not winning. So if we look at them, you have injuries that he talks about, refereeing decisions.
Injuries. I have a story about that.
You can start off with that one. What's your thoughts about when you hear Erik talk about injuries, Patrice?
First of all, in our time, Rio know better than I, we weren't allowed to be injured. Simple of that. I remember a game I received a massive knock on my knee. So I feel something. We went to do the scan, the MRI, whatever, taking painkiller, strapping my knee. So we had a cup game, and I said to Ferguson, boss, can I have like 4 days off because the pain is too much? He said, yes, okay, I'll give you 4 days off. I went to Monaco to see my ex-doctor. And I remember when he did the MRI, he looked at me, he said, Patrice, when was your last game? I say, last night, I just looked. He said, are you crazy? You have like a rupture of ligament. If you can carry on, you can do like, the crucial. And I say, I know I've got something. Anyway, I spoke with the doctor, exchange email and whatever. Then I came back at Carrington. Then you remember the head of the physio, Rob, Camelhead. I remember I came, he said, the boss want to see you. I say, okay. Then we went upstairs, and the office of the boss is the last, it's a long corridor, it's the last. Then before we get there, he looked at me, he said, good luck. And I said, what is this guy saying, good luck? Anyway, I opened the door. The boss gave me the worst hair dryer I received. Where the hell do you think you're playing? Why you went to see your doctor in Monaco? You play for Manchester United. I said, boss, but look at the scan. I have a thing. No, they put this in your head. You got nothing. You have to play this weekend. Then I play. So when I talk about people being injured, as Rio, I maybe played 700 a game in my career. I may have played 10 games when I can say I'm 100% fit. When I say 10 games, it's like I didn't receive a knock in training or whatever. When I say, oh, today, I have no problem. So this is with the injury. But my question with the injury, who is the person responsible of the head of the physio of Man United now? Correct me if I'm wrong, I heard someone was at Arsenal.
Yeah, he was.
Yeah. So the question, no, Rio, let's talk. No, I'm not mad. I'm passionate. So Arsenal have a legacy of having playing injured. Remember, Rio, we got from Percy. I remember Ferguson, he took all of us. He said, guys, I don't want anyone to complain. Robin won't train every day with us, maybe 3, maybe 2 times per week, but he's going to win the league. So imagine even Ferguson have to warn us to say, guys, I don't want anyone to complain, because Rio can tell you, you miss 1 training session, people will call you Mr. Holiday straight away. So now you told me we're bringing someone from Arsenal to taking care of a player. Guys, come on, man.
Pat, remember when if he was injured, I forgot, you reminded me, Mr. Holiday. If anybody was injured, you go, yeah, enjoy holiday, Mr. Holiday. Hey, you okay?
Joe,
but you look at the injuries, yeah? The injuries is the injuries, right? But the 3 of the back 4, Dalot, Mazraoui and Martinez, have been ever present for the first 6 games. They've been there to be picked, yeah? They will play. You can't consider Manasseh or Shaw, because they're not fit at all. Shaw's missed about 300 games for the club since he signed anyway. So you wouldn't even really consider him as straight away as one of your starters. But I don't think injuries can be looked at. I think we played many games. We played Fulham away once. I think Carrick and Fletcher played centre-half. I think Pat, you was the only senior defender in that game. And we lost anyway. But referee decisions. You look at that, referee decisions. Yes, you can talk about them publicly and you talk about them behind the scenes, but you look at yourselves first. I think Martinez, his interview after was good. He said, listen, we shouldn't have to be talking about the ref. We should have won the game with the way we played the game and the chances we had. And that's it. No league we ever lost. No cup we ever lost. Did we ever look back and go, the referee lost us that game or lost us the league? Drogba scored at Old Trafford. It was offside. But that didn't lose us the league that year. It is your body of work through the season. And then, so I think you go to then chances. in the game. We had enough chances to win 2 or 3 games at the weekend. You got to take them chances, man. And Pat, when we had moments where our strikers weren't scoring goals, do you remember how did we approach our strikers? Did we kill them, or was it more like supporting them? Listen, the chances, it's good you got in the positions, and it's going to come next week.
Yes, but Rio, I think we will say that after 2 games. But the third game, we will be like, man, you're not doing your job. We weren't friends. Come on, Rio. No, we never put Vaseline. Come on, Rio. Come on.
But Patrice, I think it's fair to say though that when it comes to the injuries, things have been difficult. You saw yourself during the Europa League game. You had to play Mazraoui as a number 10. That should indicate that there are some difficulties with players being fit. And how did you feel about that when you saw that anyway?
That's like Gary Neville playing number 10, Pat.
No, but I agree, F5. But we even play with 8 defender against us. Sorry to mention Arsenal, a cup game. We put 8 defender on the pitch and we win the game. So it doesn't matter. If we want to blame someone, of course, we need to talk about the doctor, their method, the physio, or whatever. But to find it as an excuse, no. I can't sit here as a United fan and say, guys, we have too much injury. No, I can't accept
Pat,
it.
Pat, you know what it is? I think I look at the team and I think about leadership, right? And the best teams around at the moment, Real Madrid, who last season were the best team in Europe. Man City, the best team in England here. Yeah. Even Liverpool, you look at now, who are near the top of the league. All of those teams have 2, 3, 4, 5 players that all the other players that if it's starting to go wrong in the game or outside of the pitch, the young players, the new players can look at that player and go, I'm going to follow this guy. And I think Man United haven't found enough of those guys yet where the other players are convinced and go, I'm going to follow him. I'm going to follow those guys there because they know the way to go. I think you've got Johnny Evans in there who's won the Premier League, who understands, knows how to do it. But I don't know if he's that guy who is going to be going, come on, guys, and you all follow me. I don't know because he's got that position within the squad yet. Who are the other guys that are doing that in that squad that when you do have moments where, when you was in a team, Pat, or when I was in a team when I first came, I looked around and went, Roy Keane, I'm going to follow that guy. Or Bex, or whoever it is. Who is the guys now?
Rio is nobody, and sorry, I will come back because you made a great point here, Rio. I received a knock. I was in the massage table. The physio and the manager said, Patrice, you don't train today, and because we play the game the next day. Then I saw Gary Neville. He had a problem with his ankle, strumpled his ankle, went outside. I saw Paul Scholes putting a big bag of ice on his knee, going outside. I saw Ryan Giggs with his back problem. You remember, Rio always doing his stretching, going outside. Then I said, wait a minute. If those 3 dinosaurs, they're going outside, I'm going to play the diva and stay because I receive a knock. No, I put my boots, I train, and I play the game. Like you say, Rio, we had an example. If you ask me who is the leader, one leader in this team, I'll be honest, I will say 0. When I mean 0, it's not like you have to lead the way like Roy Keane or shouting on people or whatever, and lead by example on the pitch, by the way. But who is leading by example? Who is like that, got that discipline, consistency every game? Name me one player of United got this. I don't have one.
I think the closest player that I've seen since you guys left is probably Bruno. The closest.
Okay, listen. I love Bruno. I think when he arrived, I was like, what a player! The way he adapts and everything. But it's something I have to say about Bruno. And forget the armband or whatever. He has no discipline. I don't know where Bruno is playing. I watched the game against Tottenham versus United. Maddison, the way he was controlling the game. Have you ever seen Bruno controlling a United game that way? Like the time of Paul Scholes or whatever. That's what I want from Bruno. I don't want the fantastic pass, the fantastic goal or whatever, because I know he got those qualities. But the leader control the tempo. But the problem is everywhere. Maddison, a player Maddison can dictate the game like he did versus United.
Patrice, you had that and you guys sold him. His name is Paul Pogba. You had that. A player that could dictate the game, didn't you?
Good point, but with more consistency. But I agree with you. We don't have that anymore. So all due respect for Bruno, what he's doing, but I don't think it's what United need right now.
I think I get what Pat's saying about Bruno, but I think it's more the team don't seem to be able to sustain attacks. It's an NBA game. You attack, we attack. You attack. It's transition. I keep saying the word transition. We never get a team back behind the ball and say, right, you're going to defend now for 5 minutes. We're going to keep you there for 5-10 minutes. And it might be because of what Pat's saying, because trying the Hollywood pass or Hollywood shot and not making the right decisions, that's going to keep the team back and say, right, because the reason why we scored a lot of goals late on, why? Wasn't because we was up, back. Because we made teams defend for long periods and the legs get tired, the brain gets tired. That's how you get goals late, because concentration drops and players go, whoa, we've been in it 85 minutes now and they're on their knees. We don't get teams to that level no more, really, because we don't keep them there. And we're looking for who to blame here. I don't think it's the manager on his own, and I don't think it's the players on their own. The manager and the players can't be sitting 14th in the league. And it's up to Ineos to work out why we are there. That's their job now. They're head of football in this club. Why are we there?
And also, Rio, when we talk about possession, we got the possession, but in our own half. Sometimes Onana is touching more ball than Bruno Fernandes. Like I remember in Juventus, Allegri was like, we have to play the possession on the other half. So for me, it doesn't count. That's why Rio say, like, when you have the possession on the other half and you keep left, right, that's when the defense gets tired. But if you have the possession with your goalkeeper, come on, Joe. Where are you going? Nowhere.
And you've got to create the chances as well, which we are creating chances. We have the worst conversion rate in terms of chances created.
The question is that the manager's fault then? Or is that the player's fault? You know, you had Benny McCarthy. He's not there anymore. You've got the legend Rude in there. You know, we're supposed to be seeing more in front of goal, correct?
I will always blame the player because they are the one on the pitch. Are they doing extra work? Are they doing enough? I'm sure when Rude arrived, for all the attacking player, this is a great news. So I think let's not judge the work of Wood Van Nistelrooy, McCarthy, or whatever. The player are playing free, you know, because I have chat with some player and I don't want to mention name, but apparently the manager don't let them play their own game. Of course, we should take those chances and maybe we will be in a better position than we are right now. But me, when I look United back in the day, I knew before the game we're going to control the game. And this is not anymore since 2013. So I'm not talking just about now, the present. I'm talking about many years now.
Pat, to look at the league table and see us 14th, yeah, my heart is hurting. My heart is hurting. I can't even enter group chats with any type of confidence right now. I can't even have conversations with people. The league table doesn't lie. You've not been consistent enough. You've not got a way of playing that you can fall back on in times of need when things aren't going well. Like, it's like when we played the good teams, they don't win it one way. If we needed to, we could sit back. If we had to roll with the punches sometimes and be under pressure, we could do that. This team, it's like transition football or nothing.
So, Joe, when you hear me and Rio talking about United, you will think we are like negative, positive, or we just realistic?
No, if you want my honest answer, I just think you guys are like, in my head, it sounds like you're 60, 70 years old. It sounds like it's history, you know, old subjects. Like, it's been a long time. I know it's only been 11 years since the last win.
But I am finding excuse. Everything you told me, injury, I say I'm not finding an excuse. No, we are not good enough.
Good point. Before we move on to the title race, yeah, where was you, Pat? We went to South Korea the other day, your second home, right? Where was you, bro? I was with Nemanja, with Edwin, with Berber, all the other icons of the game.
Rio, because me, first of all, I go in Korea when I am alone with G, not like I need you, I need Berber or whatever as a babysitter.
So make sure, guys, you go and check out the vlog. We got the vlog from South Korea, all the old guys there. Make sure you go and check it. But Pat, I know another reason why he wasn't there, because you started your own platform. can you give us an understanding, because this is the players' platform, yeah? And when you posted this in our group the other day, I was like, rah, I got to try and get down there for one of these shows that you do. Explain it to the guys. What's going on?
Yes. So the platform called a Player, and to be honest, I was really busy with that. Is like a linking for football, where you can put your highlight, your stat, and it's not just like for the top young players, for everyone, even like someone like Yuri or myself, where we can find, for example, our highlight or best tackle, assist or whatever, is also to communicate with your fan, with your audience. And we also do a lot of showcase. We've done like in Tottenham when it was women and boys, and we bring 20 scouts, and already 6 players have been scouts, for a new team. So actually, I'm doing this app because we've been really successful, and now we just want to give back to the community. My partner, Tommy Fish, we're really proud of that. And to be honest, West Ham have been unbelievable. They opened the facility, were allowed to use their pitch and whatever. So yeah, this is a great news for the young footballer.
I think the platform you've created with your team player, I think, is one that is giving something back to the game, and it needs all the support that it can get.
Rio, all those players actually is a help for all those players. They've been released by the club, and their dream just being blew away. With this app, they got the opportunity to be seen by someone, and a scout, and maybe find a new club, with the showcase. But it's also a good app, for player like Cole Palmer, for Yamal, those kind of players. Imagine Rio, when an amateur football player score a goal and they just put a thumb and say, what a great goal. This is also an inspiration for them. So that's why I think this platform, for the community is just amazing. It's like, I will say, LinkedIn and Instagram having a baby.
It looks good. I'm not gonna lie. I saw it myself yesterday. I was doing some studying. Congratulations, it's really good. And
thank you.
And yeah, we already started following on Instagram. There will be a link as well in the description. So thank you, Patrice.
Thank you.
Good stuff. I mean, at the start of the show,
what about the title race between Liverpool and Man City?
Yeah, what, Rio? That's the second time you've done that this episode, by the way. I heard you earlier on. When you were talking about the big clubs in the world. You mentioned Real Madrid, you said Man City, and you mentioned Liverpool. And I was looking at Archie over here, who's also an Arsenal fan, one of the producers, and Tom. And I thought to myself, are we not here? Are we not in the room? What's going on here?
Not yet. You're not. No.
But Joe,
you're not on them levels. You're not on that level yet, bro.
Joe, do you remember the Patrice Evra calling your team babies like maybe 15 years ago?
Yeah.
I'm still right or wrong now?
Babies compared to who?
No, to yourself, to Arsenal. Don't compare to anybody else or whatever. When I was talking like that, you remember back in the day in Arsenal, people were calling me crazy. Then some people agree with me. Then when Arteta came, I think things start to change. If you ask me my favorite team to play against, it will be Arsenal, because in the tunnel, I already know we're going to win the game. So that's why when the baby words come out in my mouth, it wasn't any disrespect.
Pat, so when you was playing against Arsenal, you was playing against Theo Walcott them times, a lot of the time. So you're looking across at Theo Walcott thinking, you can't do nothing to me today. Whatever you do, we beat you.
Rio, I think I saw an interview of Theo Walcott when he said, who is the nicest guy? He said Patrice, and the worst guy in the pitch, Patrice Evra. Like, I wasn't even looking at him. I remember I was like making, like kicking his leg, and he was looking at me like, what? And I was like the straight face. Then after the game, yes, sorry, I apologize. But that's the way it is, playing against Arsenal, Rio. You remember the manager, Ferguson, was saying, guys, if we want to play the tiki-taka against them, we are full. They are 10 times better than us. But I want to make sure no one of them player, they leave the pitch where it's working properly. I want to see them limping. Even when we go to the airport, I remember when we played the Champions League, he said, I want the staff from the airport, they put their head down when we have to check our baggage. That was the motivation speech of Ferguson. And sometimes, remember, Rio, he was like, guys, this team is not the invincible. It's Sunday. Sorry, I'm going to say, I don't want anyone to fuck up my Sunday. Have a good game. That's it. No tactic, no this. That's why I was calling Arsenal my babies. That's the
Yeah,
only reason.
we used to play Arsenal sometimes with no tactics, you know. Serious, that's a
Nah,
good point.
come on. Now you're taking. Listen, I've given you guys the
We
floor.
never had tactics.
Nah,
It's
come
true.
on. No.
Oh my God.
Joel.
Let's be
We
respectful.
played Arsenal. I swear down. Sometimes it was the
We're
manager.
not joking, Joe.
Patrice just said to me. He reminded me, Patrice. There.
Joe,
Sometimes he would say to us, "Put tactics aside, guys. Man to man, be more aggressive, run harder, tackle, win your 1v1 duels against everybody, and shoot and score goals. That's it.
What year was that?
Ball.
What year was that? Because it wasn't when Thierry Henry was playing.
No,
it wasn't.
No.
That team could fight.
But
that team could fight.
But Joe, do you think Ferguson will have the time to block them from the back? No, just be aggressive. That's why it was simple word. But we know what we have to do. I promise you, Joe, it's not like I never had like a tactical session when I play against Arsenal.
It's no disrespect. It's no disrespect, by the way. It's just there's different ways to win a game.
No, Joe, it's different way to win the game.
I've got a question as well to ask quickly before we go back to the table. Rio said, and he actually spoke, we had Phil Jones on a couple of weeks ago, and he said that as defenders, you guys rarely ever had defensive sessions with Sir Alex Ferguson himself. I couldn't believe it. You're telling me that Sir Alex Ferguson didn't take you guys for a defensive session?
I will go further, and I can swear on my kids, in 9 years, Ferguson never tell me anything tactically. Go on the left or close the right or whatever. In 9 years, Joe, you will talk more about tactic than Ferguson will talk about.
So what? I don't understand how that works. How can you be successful with that?
Management. He bring the best out of people, the way he talk. Patrice, if you miss that cross. Patrice, we play with fear. I always say, I never been scared of Sir Alex Ferguson, but I was always scared to disappoint him. That's the difference. When I heard like Bakary Sana telling me, Arsene Wenger, halftime when Arsenal was down, come on, my friend. We can do better than that, my friend. Ferguson is like, stop playing with my money, man. Or you don't want me to end up your contract. No, I say to people, if Ferguson was coaching right now, he will probably end up in jail. There's no way with this new generation they will end up like someone like Ferguson.
Do you know what they're here like now? He'd play the kids. He'd be saying, "I'm going to play the kids now." Don't you lot? If you lot, you're 14th, you think you're going to go and insult me and all these fans? I'm going to get the kids in who care more than you lot, and then you lot will be gone, right? So, and then that's where the fear comes because you know he's not messing about. You ain't going to play. I remember how many times at half time he would say to Bex or Giggsy, "Carry on, and you're coming on." Right? Don't mess about. Don't fuck about. Carry on, and you're like if he's saying to them guys.
It's so true. You like those words. Carry on.
Do you know what I mean?
Carry on.
Carry on, and you come off because you see the fear in these guys, and they go out and there's a response. They run, they work, they hard, they tackle, they fight. There's a response.
Why do you think like manager like Mourinho, whatever, they will struggle? Because now they need to adapt to this new generation.
Can you imagine now, like, the way the manager used to speak to Nani sometimes at half time, yeah? What would the players do? Nani! Come with Nani!
Bro, he was looking for people. He was looking. No, you remind me something. You remember when we went in Saudi in 2008? We played a friendly match. Danny Welbeck took the penalty and he missed it. I remember after the game, we were in the toilet having a wee-wee. Like Rio said, Welbeck, where's Welbeck? He come in the toilet. Bro, the guys was having his pee. Ferguson was shocked. Even myself, I said, boss, but he's a kid. It's just a play. Bro, it doesn't matter, bro. Crazy. No, that's why I say he wouldn't survive. No chance, bro.
I have to bring it back to the title race. I have to. I know there's great stories here. I'm sorry to bring out the audience watching, but just to carry on. So, look, I know we've been talking Arsenal United, but Arsenal are 5 points behind Man City.
Man City are now the favourites again. Who can stop them? Liverpool, I don't know if they're going to be able to go the course. I've got Man City as outright favourites right now to win the league because they have the experience, they have the players, they have a manager who is relentless. But I think Liverpool are going to be the closest challengers. Arsenal, I think, too far away already now. Injuries, confidence a little bit low than what we're used to seeing. And it's going to be a long road back for Arsenal.
I mean, Joe, I will stay positive. It's early. You know, everything can happen in football. But why every year, especially last year, I say, or I think the year before, you remember when they drew a game away and they lost against Newcastle? And I see the face expression. The problem with Arsenal, don't get me wrong, Joe, the way they're improving the last is unbelievable. It's phenomenal. They deserve to win the title. To win the title, you need, like I say, three teams. And Arsenal have one team. I always say when Saliba, all those key players, they get injured, Arsenal will suffer because they have nobody to replace him. And I'm sorry, they don't have a killer. They don't have a striker. Who is the striker? Like a killer. Like Joe, I'm asking a player when he have a bad game, but he's going to score 1 or 2 goals.
I think, look, I'll be honest with you. The closest we have to a killer has to be Bukayo Saka. Did you see the game yesterday? Okay.
I wish we have like 2 Rio. I talk about this in the group. I say why we don't have a Bukayo Saka. He is the clinical player.
I said it as well.
He's a winger. He's a winger. He's not a number 9. I want someone sleeping all the game. You say, oh my God, he have his worst game. Then boom, 1 goal or 2 goals. Yeah. Of course, Saka, but he's a winger. He's too far. You need a number 9.
But you say that, but his numbers are very impressive at the moment. You know, we're talking around 5 assists this season, 7 goals.
I know, but I will give you an example. Lampard. If we talk about Frank Lampard, number are amazing.
Yeah.
But in front, you will still have a Didier Drogba to add something. That's why I mean you can't tell me Arsenal are counting only on the Bukayo Saka.
This is why I disagree, because yes, it would be nice to have a very clinical number 9, but my friend, as good as Didier Drogba is, not every season he was clinical as well. Let's be honest, you know. So I don't think the way we've set up is bad as per se. I agree with you. I think we need more depth. I think we only have, if I would say 12, 13 players that I can say are you know, they could push for the starting 11. I think,
Joe, I'm talking about a striker. Like, imagine United, for us to win the league. No, okay. We have Tevez, Ronaldo, Rooney, and Berbatov, and Van Nistelrooy. We had like 4 strikers, Joe. Arsenal don't even have 1 striker. Why you want me to talk about Arsenal winning the league?
But
sorry?
Patrice, times have changed because you guys used to come up. Rio in with Vida, they'll come up against 2 strikers. These days, they're playing against 1 if they're lucky. You know, you guys wasn't playing with false 9.
But this is again a problem. Put more striker then. Put more striker back to scoring goals.
Who is there in the world, Patrice? It's easy to say more striker. But if, for example, right now, you've seen the way the costs are and the prices are to pay for players.
Why you didn't get, you tell me Galatasaray was able to buy Osimhen. Arsenal wasn't able to buy Osimhen. Ivan Toney went to Saudi. No, guys, sometimes let's tell the truth. Political. A player like Ivan Toney, people say he went to the money for Saudi or whatever. Just because of his story of betting, no any club wanted him.
But Patrice, you're still wrong. You're still wrong.
People scared of the sponsor.
Yes.
These days, we have financial fair play, Patrice. You can't just go and spend. Otherwise, you have to start doing what Chelsea are doing, giving players that Mudryk 8 years contracts, and you don't even know whether it's going to be a success or not. So the game has changed.
Okay, you tell me. So you tell me it's because of the fair play they couldn't buy even Toney or Osimhen. Arsenal.
But you have to look at the way we structure our club, right? Even Toney is 28 years old. How much are they willing?
You need to win now. It's not about the age. You need to win now. Stop your bullshit, Joe. I don't think about the past. If you live in the past, you're gonna live with regret. If you think about the future, you're gonna live with anxiety and stress and dream the present. Can you bring a player for 1 season? You win the league after selling, even if he's 40, 50.
This is what Man United done with Van Persie. We needed a number 9.
I knew you were going to say that.
Come in the worst team that Man United ever had to win a league. Come on, Robin, win us the league. Boom.
But Rio,
you need to win, Joe.
It cost you 25 million. Even back then, that was a snip. Right now, these days, you're paying X amount of money. No disrespect. You end up with Zertsky. We don't even know if he's a striker or not. Or you pay 70 million. You've got Hoyland.
Wait.
We don't know whether he's fit or not.
Joe, can you find how much Galatasaray bought?
He's on loan. He's on loan.
So why he didn't come on loan? You couldn't get him on loan.
But he could have went. His plan was initially he wanted Chelsea, my friend. He wanted Chelsea.
Oh my God! Ask Rio.
Patrice.
When Bob Percy signed for us, we were like having a warm up on the bike. I remember he shook the hands of everyone. I shook his hand. I said, "Welcome to a man club." He gave me the F word. 1 month later, he apologized. I said, "Why you apologize?" He said, "Because I can see the way you train. Everyone is at the gym before the training. Everyone is at the gym after the session. You all win the Premier League. That's the mentality." But for me, Arsenal are the right track. When I see player like Declan Rice, player like that, maybe not too much fancy, but hard worker. That's when Arsenal started to make the difference. But now, can they be clinical? Can they have like a dirty number 9? Who cares if he's left-footed or right-footed? Just here to score goal and not counting on a Bukayo Saka.
Maybe, but I have to say, everything you're saying made sense 10 years ago. Right now, if you're looking at players now, you end up with De Ligt. The now players like De Ligt. You end up with the now players that you've bought over the last few years, and there's been no success.
You see, Rio, it's because now everyone wants to change the football. Like even the system, people say they play 3 at the back. Back in the day, even in the 80s, people were already doing that. And again, I think Guardiola is one of the best managers. But Guardiola, he killed the game. And when I say that, people will say because it's United and City. No. Because now we got robots. Academy. Everyone want to play like Guardiola. The goalkeeper have to be a number 10. So why we don't back where the football belong? Like a defender, center-back need to tackle, put his head, like those kind of things. But now everyone want to play amazingly. Back in the day, people like, United, what we were doing, just play forward. Edwin, maybe to Rio to me, Scholes, change diagonal, cross, Ronaldo, goal, Rooney. People were saying, we were playing an amazing football, but we were aggressive and clinical. That's it. But now, like yourself, you say, oh, but this is your time. Then bring back the old days. Play straight forward. This tiki-taka, only Guardiola can do it. Why everyone is copying Guardiola? We have no creativity. We are no genius anymore. You will never see a player like Ronaldinho anymore, or Hazard, or whatever. Because when he's going to be young, those coaches, what they're going to tell him? If you don't pass the ball, I put you on the bench. All football comes from the street. The closest?
I was going to say the closest that we're seeing right now is in Barcelona, Lamine Yamal. I want to give him a good shout out. That was a great performance beating Real Madrid 4-0. Those Barcelona players. Did you guys see the post, by the way? The Instagram post.
Crazy.
Hilarious stuff. Hilarious. Crazy. And I'm glad to see that rivalry. Before I move on, that is a great example of a mega club, Barcelona, who they've gone through issues, but they've been able to, make changes and come back. So I think the question that a lot of fans ask is why Manchester United can't do the same thing, because we can't deny that Barcelona have had issues as well. If there's
they have had issues. They had issues, and they invested in kids.
Many clubs.
Yeah, they invested in the kids, which is good. They've got good enough kids, and sometimes it's generational. You have to wait sometimes for them kids to come through. They've come through now, and they're doing well. But it's like Vinicius Junior said when he was arguing with Gavi in the game. He said, next week, he's 4-0 now, but next week I'm going to go for Ballon d'Or. Remember that.
Wow.
Yeah, but that's what I mean. And Rio, don't forget, Spanish football changed their whole football. I watched the Euros. It was finished the tiki-taka. They were direct because they understand he was great when they have the amazing Barcelona team, whatever, but play forward now. And now everyone just wants to play tiki-taka.
Two fast wingers, they play forward.
Feed them, let them do whatever they want. I'm gonna go back to Rashford, and I don't want to find any excuse for him. But did Ten Hag tell to Rashford, play free, just get the ball, just dribble, do whatever you want? No, because everything has to be organized. You stay on the side for 1 minute. You don't come inside. No. Yamal is a perfect example. Do you think their coach is telling to Yamal, guys, when you get the ball, no, kill him. That's it.
And he has that confidence, and I think good coaching, the manager's getting his philosophy across. I think you have to give Arne Slot at Liverpool great credit. He's come in. Yes, he's come into a better system, a better group of players, I think, and a more stable club, more stable bunch of players. But I think the way he has coached his team and come in and tweaked a little bit here and there, not too much, and has got them playing. Liverpool, I think, are going to be the team that challenge Man City closest this year.
Okay.
And on that note, I have to talk about the pod we've got coming on Thursday, by the way. Virgil Van Dijk, we sat down with him. We done a little meet and greet, little
Great
chat
guys.
about what's going on,
Great
man.
guys.
So listen, I can't wait to kind of get hold of him and for you guys to see that.
Joe, that's why we're not afraid even to give compliment to Liverpool. And what I like about his manager, he didn't come and say, I'm going to change the football. Okay, what's Klopp have done? Okay, I'm going to add this. Maybe the human side, I'm going to be more friendly or whatever. But our manager, Van Gaal, Mourinho, Ole, how do you want us to even have a style of play? One want to play tiki-taka. When Van Gaal come, he say, now we're going to play like Barcelona. The other is like United are so far beyond. And tell me why Liverpool, after Klopp, find straight away the right manager. Because maybe they say, stick to the plan, just add something. Because the scout, they must have made their research or whatever. They could have picked any manager, but they picked the right one. And that's why we are not capable of.
Rio, just to go back to your Virgil van Dijk chat, I mean, obviously, we're talking about Liverpool here. Did you guys touch on that kind of stuff?
He gives us some nice little sound bites that I think all the Liverpool fans, but football fans in general, will be looking forward to hearing it. And by the way, we done it under the umbrella in the rain. It was good, man.
That's amazing. Patrice, out of those players, Van Dijk, Salah, and Trent, tying down contracts, which is the most important one for you out of those players for them to have tied down?
I will go for Van Dijk and probably Salah, then Trent.
Why?
That will be my order.
Can you list them why?
No, Van Dijk, because, like the calmness he represents, the insurance. I say watching, Van Dijk playing is like having a Rolls Royce, and you know what you're going to get every season. That's why I think, like he said to Rio, I think he just have to take care of his body. You're really tall, and Rio can tell you, like, when you have back injury, all of that, you have to make sure, you're taking care of your health. Then Salah, because I think Salah now is become one of the most goals, clinical, make the difference. And Trent, why I said Trent last, no matter if he's an amazing right back, assist or whatever, but you will be able to find another right back, maybe will be more defensively. You're going to lose of the attacking way, but left back and right back, how to say it? Oh, you are like, to explain, but he start to having some tough season. And now, okay, the new manager come in, he's doing great this year, but people will still like say he's a midfielder or he's a right back. That's the things I don't like with Trent. I just want him to play right back until the end of his career. And I think if managers start to put him in the middle is because they can see he can be the weakness as a right back. And he's a defender. No matter if I am a left back and I like to attack, my first job is to defend. And that's maybe with some manager, he can cause problem. And that's when maybe Liverpool can say, you know what? Yeah, we're going to lose a great asset. But like Van Dijk was my first choice to the one to don't let him go. Because like you say, he's the voice, he's the icon of Liverpool right now. Even if Salah is like scoring more goal or whatever. But when I think of Liverpool, I think that, the first two names will be Salah and Van Dijk.
Yeah. You know what? Before we leave quickly, there's one name we have to mention. This player for me is amazing. Probably the best English player that I've seen in terms of creativity and magic since Wayne Rooney. Maybe Greenwood was close, but it has to be Mr. Cole Palmer.
Yeah. Oh.
Guys, the floor is yours because I'm ran out of words for this boy.
I will just say one quick thing for you. Then it's getting cold, like we say. Again, sorry to talk about City and Guardiola, but he left Manchester City, and Guardiola was saying he just wants to have more play. But this was an excuse because the kids, or you can let go a player like Cole Palmer when you know what he's doing with Chelsea and what he should have done if he had more game. I was watching the Euros. I couldn't see like in more minutes playing Cole Palmer. This is against, I will talk about England when you got all those players. And I think Gareth Southgate did an amazing job. Don't get me wrong, because even the next candidate will have to at least reach the final, because that's the least we expect. What we wanted for Southgate now is like winning with style when you got those players. So I hope the new manager of England will count of this kid like Spain are doing with Yamal and I don't remember the name of the left winger also.
Williams.
So, yes, just play, enjoy.
Do you know what, Pat? I've got one for you. I actually don't think we would have seen this Palmer at Man City with Pep Guardiola.
Exactly. Why? Rio.
As great as I think Pep is,
he doesn't fit.
He
doesn't fit to his system.
Palmer is. I think Palmer, deep down in himself, would say, I needed to leave to be given freedom to go and play my football, to go and be the Cole Palmer that plays in the cage.
Thank you, Rio.
Where I'm
Thank
from.
you, Rio.
And I'll never be able to do that in Pep's team because the system comes before my individual needs as a player.
Yes.
So,
yes,
and now you're seeing a Cole Palmer who's just flourishing and who's doing stuff that reminds me of Chris Waddle and them type of players, man. He's just a beautiful player to watch. Makes you dream a little bit when you play.
That's what I mean. And like Rio again give this example. Thierry Henry told me, Guardiola say, stay wide on the left. Don't come inside. First half, Henry 1-2, we Messi, 1-0. Henry scored the goal. Half time, Guardiola say, you know what? You're not listening. You're off. That's what Rio just say. Those players, they need freedom. They can't have a manager where he's going to say, you like playing PlayStation. I had that issue with my first few months at Juventus. Allegri, every time, go up, go down. I just turn at the bench and say, do you want like a PlayStation remote? I don't play that way. So I feel even sorry for those talented, gifted players because with those new manager, they don't get their freedom. They are like robots.
You know what? It's been amazing to talk. And Patrice, I know we're going to have you back on this season. No, 100%. Have to have you back on this season.
Pat, thank you very much for coming. Really appreciate seeing you.
You're welcome.
And listen, man, I know you don't come in the group because we're not winning a lot. Man United are losing here, but you got to come back in the WhatsApp group a bit more, man. A bit more energy.
No, Rio, you know I am. I'm hurt. I'm really hurt. I can't. And when I come back in the group, we so passionate. And we made some banter and everything. But as soon as United play, I just don't want to watch this group. Because actually, most of the people, what they say is right. And it hurt. Too hurtful.
All right. Well, listen, man. Well, thanks for coming on, Pat. Love you, bro.
You're welcome. Thanks a lot. See you, Joe. See you, Rio.
Thank you guys for listening to this episode of Rio Presents. Hope you've enjoyed the show. We'll be here every Monday throughout the season. So tell your mates and all get involved, man. If you've got a point you think we should be discussing or want to put us on the spot with a question you want answering, get in touch using the fans first at rioferdinandpresents.com email address or use hashtag RFP on social. Make sure you leave us a review and follow this Rio Ferdinand Presents feed and you'll never miss an episode. See ya on the next one.